So let us move on to a question. The question is that identify the tokens in the given script. Here a simple Python script is given and you are asked to identify the tokens or separate the tokens from this given script. Just go through the script. X is equal to 10. So here itself you know that X is a variable and 10 is a numeric literal. Here Y is equal to 20. Same, Y is also a variable and 20 is a numeric literal. Then what is this thing equal to? This is assignment operator. This is called assignment operator. The assignment operator is used to assign a value to a variable. That is, this is RHS. So, the value in the right hand side, that is RHS, is assigned to the variable on the LHS. For that, we use assignment operator. So, this is an assignment operator. Then, here a division is used. So, this is also an operator. This is an operator. Here Z is a variable, X is already said it is a variable, Y is also a variable. Then next coming to the last statement, this is a keyword. Print is a keyword in Python. Then what is this? This is parenthesis. This is read as parenthesis and this is used to indicate that this print is a function. This parenthesis indicate that this print is a function. What kind of function is this? This is a built-in function in Python. Then, so this is also a delimiter. This is considered, when we consider tokens, this is considered as a delimiter. So, what is this? Here it is enclosed in double colon, X, Y, Z. X, comma, Y, comma, Z is enclosed. This statement is enclosed in double inverted commas. So this becomes a string. That is a string which is anything that is enclosed in a double inverted comma or single inverted comma, that is considered as a string. This is printed as it is. That is, Python interpreter cannot interpret this statement. It just prints the statement as it is. Then one comma is there. This is also a delimiter. Then this, after this comma, you have given X, Y and Z. So these are all variable names. Next, we move on to the next topic, that is the concept of object. So what is an object? In Python, every variable is considered as an object. Since Python is an object-oriented programming language, everything in Python, that is, any data assigned to a variable is considered as an object in Python. That is, an object has a method and an attribute. Attribute is a value associated with an object and method is a function associated with an object. That is, when we move to deeper into object-oriented programming language, the concepts of object-oriented programming, I'll explain that in more detail. Now, we will just go with the variables. That is, X is equal to 1. Here you know that X is a variable and 1 is a integer literal. So, or numeric literal. We can call it as either an integer literal or a numeric literal. So, 1 here is an integer literal. So, 1 is assigned to X. So, normally X is an integer variable here. X is an integer variable, that is a variable of class int. Not a variable, it is an object of class int. Here X is an object. Every variable or every data item in Python, whether it is a variable, or it is a function, or it is a constant, it is an object. So here x is an integer variable and x is a, in Python we say that x is an object of class int. So every object has a unique ID. How do we print this ID, or how do we get this ID? There is a built-in function called ID to display returns us the ID or the memory location where this variable exists. So ID of x, the output when we execute this statement, that is ID of x, we get the output as some memory location. It is maybe 1600123001. This is a memory location in computer where this x variable x is stored. So let me explain you one more thing. Here I am creating two variables, x equal to 10 and y equal to 20. So in memory, that is in this this figure shows the computer memory, and I am going to show you that how these variables x and y, rather two integer objects, two objects that belongs to class int, how this is stored in memory. So in memory only the data is stored. Which is the data part here? The data part here is 10 and 20. These are the names given to that data parts. What do we call these names? We call them as identifiers. Identifiers are unique name given to variables or functions. So in order to identify two data values, that is 10 and 20, we give two unique names, that is x and y. So here 10 is stored in memory, and in some other location, maybe linear location, the variable 20 is also stored. So this x points to the location where 10 is stored, and y points to the location where 20 is stored. So if you want to know the memory location or the address of the location where this variable 10 is stored, we can just execute the statement id of x. And similarly, if you execute the statement id of y, it returns the address of the memory location where the variable y is stored. And in Python, one more interesting thing is that suppose x is equal to 10 and y equal to 10. So both the variables x and y have same values, that is x is having the value 10 and y is having the value 10. So let us check how it is stored in memory. This is the computer memory and the value 10 is stored in this location. Okay, so both x and y points to the location 10. So how do we represent that? X points to the location 10. Should we store 10 in another location? No. In Python, this is not like this, but instead this y also points to the same location where this value 10 is stored. So if x and y are two variables, they are having the same values, that is here x and y have the same values 10, same value 10. Then the 10 is stored only once, and both x and y points to the location where 10 is stored. The next thing we are going to discuss is that for every object or variable in Python, it is associated with three things. What are they? That is, first one is the identity of that object or variable. Identity. The second one is the type, and the third is its value. We have already seen this. So identity is the memory location or the address of the memory location where that variable or object is stored. Type means the data type of that variable or object. That is, if it is assigned a value that is an integer value, then it is a variable of type int, or rather an object that points to class int. The integer data type in Python, it represents numbers or rather integers, that is without any fractional part. Then one more data type is there, that is the Boolean data type. It is a subdivision of the integer data type. The Boolean data type has only two values, that is either true or false. That is, if an expression evaluates, if an expression is true, then it evaluates or it gives output as true. That is, for example, I am telling that 10 is greater than 2. This is the expression. Here, is the expression correct or not? 10 is greater than 2. Yes, it's correct, right? 10 is always greater than 2. So, this expression evaluates to true. Then I am telling that 2 is less than 1. Is this expression correct? No. This is not correct. Or rather, this expression is incorrect. So this expression evaluates to false. These are the two Boolean data types. This Boolean data types is obtained as outputs of this comparison operators. Output of this comparison. Next, moving on to floating point data types. Floating point data types are that contains decimal values or fractional parts. Numbers that contains that is real numbers that contain fractional part. That is floating point data type. Then comes the complex data types. This complex data type has it takes only complex values. For example, x plus yj. X plus yj, where both x and y are float values, and x is the real part and y is the imaginary part. Imaginary part of this complex number. The next data type in Python is the sequence data type. Sequence data type deals with a collection of values. Data types that have a set of values or collection of values come under this sequence data types. There are three types. Again, sequence data types are subdivided into three. The first one is string. Then the second one is list. And the third one is tuple. So in Python, you have three main sequence data types, that is string, list and tuple. So moving on to what is a string. Okay, a string can be a set of characters. A string, in simple words we can say that what is a string. If you are asked what is a string, in simple words you can say that string is a set of characters enclosed in either double inverted commas or single inverted commas. String can have special characters, underscore, anything, digits, anything enclosed in this double inverted commas is considered as a string. For example, name. This name is enclosed in double inverted commas, so it is treated as a string. Then 123. This is not a number. This is considered as a string because it is enclosed in inverted commas. So next data type is list. List is a collection or sequence of values. We can say that list is a collection or set of values. This list, while creating a list, I will show you the example of creating a list variable and naming the variable as list1. Why I am not using the variable as list? Because list is a keyword. So a keyword cannot be used as a name used for naming a variable. So I am using the variable name as list1. We can name it as either list1 or list_1, which is more, list_1 is more good. That is, list is created using square bracket. List can contain numerical values or string or any collection of data types. That is, first value I am giving as 10. The second value I am giving as A, B, C. The third value I am giving a float value 20.10. Then again 40, 50, etc. This is a list. The next data type is tuple. The tuple is also same as a list, and there is a small difference between tuple and a list. While creating a tuple, you have to use a parenthesis for creating a tuple. For creating a list, you are using square bracket, and for creating a tuple, you are using a parenthesis. Otherwise, both are sequence data types, and both list data type and tuple data type are both indexable. All the sequence data types, that is, the three sequence data types are string, list and tuple. The three sequence data types, all of the three are indexable. I'll tell you what do you mean by indexable. I'll tell you. The next data type in Python is the mapping data type. Mappings. The data type which comes under the mapping is dictionary. Dictionary is one of the unique data types in Python. In dictionary, the value is stored as key value pairs. In dictionary, the values are stored as key value pairs. This helps us to easily traverse the dictionary. Traversing means visiting each element within a data type. That is what is meant by traversing. So let us look how a dictionary can be created. A dictionary is like a telephone directory. We can very well say an example of dictionary as a telephone directory. For example, contacts in our phone. How the contacts in our phone is stored? That is, the contacts in our phone is stored as name and phone number. Phone number associated with a particular name. Phone number. So the name, suppose it is XYZ, and the number is something. The next name is A, B, C, and a number is associated with that corresponding name. Similarly, in dictionary also, this name is the key and the value is the phone number. Similarly, in dictionary also, the value is stored as key and value, key value pairs. Then, how this key value is separated? This key and values are separated by using a colon in dictionary. For example, I am creating a dictionary. For example, I am creating a dictionary called person. This person dictionary, this is the name of the dictionary. That rather it is an object that points to class dictionary. Dictionary is created using curly bracket. List is created using square bracket. Tuple is created using parenthesis. And for creating dictionary, you have to use curly bracket. So inside this curly bracket, the value is stored as key value pairs. So what is the first thing that is associated with a person? It is his name. Obviously, the first thing that is associated with a person is his name. So name is the key and the value is XYZ. Here I am not giving any particular name, I am just giving the name as XYZ. Then one key value pair is over. So you have to put a comma before giving the next key value pair. Then what is the next thing associated with a person? Maybe the age or date of birth or something like that. So age is the key and the value. Age is a number, but here I am storing it as a string. So I am giving the age as 30. Again, that second value is also over. Then what may be or what can be the third value associated with a person? Maybe his designation. If he is working in an office, the third value associated with a person may be his designation. So I am giving here the designation as manager. And I am closing the dictionary using a curly bracket. This is a curly bracket or flower bracket. So here there are three values associated with this dictionary, that is person. And then for creating a dictionary you have to use a curly bracket. And here the keys are name, age and designation, and the values are X, Y, Z, 30 and manager. The next thing we are going to deal with is assignment operator in Python. Assignment operator. So what is an assignment operator? Assignment operator is this equal to. Why is it used? An assignment operator is used to assign a particular value to a variable. So for an assignment operator, we have two sides. That is, as I have told earlier, it has the RHS, that is right hand side, and the left hand side. So associated with this assignment operator, you have two values. That is L value and R value. Rather, it is associated with a variable. A variable is associated with two types of values, that is L value and R value. Here L value means the variable name. L value is the variable name. And R value is the actual value of the variable. That is, suppose we are declaring a variable num_1 equal to 100. So this variable num_1 here acts as a container to store the value 100. So num_1 is actually a container to store the integer value 100. So as we said earlier, this is an object. In Python, every variable is an object. So associated with an object, we have three distinct things. What is that? Identity, type and value. So this is another concept. So associated with a variable, there is two things, that is L value and R value, where L value is the variable name and R value is the value that is contained in that